my live stream for AEW Dynamite. Literally just finished watching it a couple of minutes ago. So yes, hence why I'm on slightly late. I thought I was going to get my fourth live stream on the bounce where I wasn't actually late and have failed yet again miserably. But yeah, I'm only a couple of minutes late this time. So yeah, we're making progress. But yes, I am Geek Boy Meta, otherwise known as Leon, my government name. And yeah, just to let you guys know that this will be on YouTube podcasts and it'll also be uploaded as a video, probably get processed for tomorrow, give or take. But yes, yeah, AEW Dynamite. It was okay. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be completely honest. I didn't think it was the I didn't think it was the best Dynamite show that I've ever seen. There were some really, really good bits into it that I'll get into in a minute, but yeah, there was a couple of bits as well that I was just like, not too sure. I've got a bit of an issue with the depth of AEW at the minute, especially with the like the male wrestlers and stuff, and I'll get into that in a minute because I think it is actually harming them a little bit. But yeah. Yeah, we'll get straight into it. So you've got we had a tag team match to start off with the Gates of Agony versus Brodido. Yeah, it was what it was. It was a decent match. I really like Brodido. I love Brody King, especially his choice in t-shirts. Yeah, Bandido is just superb. I mean, I remember when he first came in with like the gunslinger gimmick, and I was like, I'm not too sure about that. That's a bit weird. But yeah, no, I'm really, really impressed with the bloke. I can definitely see him having a run with like a minor belt, maybe not a world heavyweight title or anything like that, but yeah, no, he's obviously a really, really good wrestler, and yeah, the Gates of Agony are improving as well. So yeah, there was a bit of shenanigans halfway through because Ricochet was basically watching them. Obviously, he's like their de facto manager essentially, and he was on comms with Daniel Bryan, wow, Brian Danielson even, and Taz, and he was yeah, he was a bit of a word that I can't say, to be completely honest. He like got into the ring and tried to oh, let's have a look. Twice skimming. Hi mate, you're alright, how you doing? Yeah, he got into the ring, tried to smash who was it now? I think he tried to smash Bandito with the steel chair. I'm not totally sure. So I'm still just waking up, folks. So I might have got this wrong. Cool, nice one, mate. And yeah, Aubrey Edwards came in, and it was really Audrey Edwards came in and basically stood right in front of Ricochet, stopped him from doing it, and basically Bandito got the win after that. Yeah, the match was what it was. It was all right. There was a segment next. I'm not too bad, thanks. Twice skimming. How are you? Um, there was this really weird bit. I don't know if anyone else saw this on Dynamite, and I don't know if it was not too bad though. I don't know if this was on anyone else's feed, but there was a backstage bit with Christian and Cope, and Christian already had um, like an ice pack to the back of his head, and I was like, "What's going on? We haven't seen him do it." And then it looks as if it was after the pay per view they've just had, All Out. And basically, Adam Copeland said, I can't have this anymore. It's affecting my family's life. I'm leaving. And Christian said, I don't have a family. Yes, you do. You've got me. Okay, bro. See you later. And Copeland just walked out. So I'm assuming we are now meant to believe that he has gone, presumably. I've got absolutely no idea. So, I mean, I'm sure Copeland just came back, to be honest. When was it now? It was about 2 or 3 months, a couple of months ago, something like that. And obviously he's had the feud with FTR. The only thing I'm a bit concerned with, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Adam Copeland's like been obviously he's one of the best wrestlers of all time, and obviously he's getting on a little bit now. I mean, he still looks fantastic for his age. Obviously, bloody hell, looks better than I do. But he's about 10 years older than me, so obviously he's not going to be going on forever. At the same time, I said this the other week about AEW in that they've lost Omega, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, and now Copeland's gone. I mean, obviously the depth AEW have got in the men's ranks usually is pretty decent. I mean, it's more better than decent. It's probably the best male, one of the best male rosters in the world. But that's a huge hit of talent that they've just taken. So, um, yeah, I'm assuming most of them were back before the end of the year. It looks like MJF. He was in a promo as well. Uh, in fact, I'll talk about that now. I've got it on my list to talk about, but he had a promo again from All Out where basically he ate a drawing pin during this promo, which I'm not sure is the best of ideas. I mean, obviously it was gimmicked, it goes without saying, but and then basically he basically said when he came back that he was gonna do it his way. He said, "I'm gonna do it my way," basically, and then walked off. And as he's walking up the stairs, he's got 5 or 6 like sort of drawing pins in his back. Thumbtacks even, not drawing pins, that'd be painful, wouldn't it? Yeah, he's got all these thumbtacks in his back, and like he basically walks upstairs and walks off. So I'm assuming that MJF is also now disappearing for a while. I mean, that's 5 of the wrestlers in the male ranks that have gone. I mean, obviously they've now replaced with someone I'll get onto in a minute, but I mean, it's like I said, it's a hell of a depth of talent, to be honest. But yeah, let's all look at comments. HR3 said hi. How you doing, HR3? I'm not too bad, thanks. How are you? I'm trying to think what was next, actually. There was, FTR came out and cut this, like, just horrible promo. Good, horrible promo on, like, Cope and his missus, and because obviously they attacked Beth All Out. And then for some reason, Willow Nightingale came out and basically told FTR that they're not very nice men, I think she said. And she actually smashed Stokely Hathaway, as in like she slapped him. It looked like a proper good slap, actually. But where that's going from here, I don't know. I'm not too sure what FTR are going to be doing without Cope if he's gone. I'm assuming they'll go after maybe go after Brodido and try and go after the tag champs. I'm not too sure, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up running through this, folks, quite quickly because, like I said, there wasn't a great deal that actually happened last night. I actually, funnily enough, I started watching it because I thought to myself, right, what I'll do is I'll watch Dynamite because I've actually got family staying over, and basically I've been relegated to our front living room. I thought to myself, right, I'll watch Dynamite on Fight TV or whatever the thing is I've got, and I'll do like a live reaction straight afterwards, just because I'm like sleeping in my living room basically and can't get to sleep. And it turns out I actually did fall asleep in the end anyway. So yes, I had to watch the rest this morning, and hence why I'm doing it now. So yeah, there we go. That gets me to swig of water for the working man. That's better. Yeah, so after the MJF promo, there was the Don Callis family, so they came out. They were going to have a match with the conglomeration, even, who I'm not the biggest fan of that faction. It just seems very. I know it's meant to be weird and random and thrown together, and that's the gimmick. But yeah, it's not really for me, to be honest. Anyway, Don Callis comes out. He comes out with all the Don Callis family. I don't think Fletcher was there, to the best of my knowledge, because I think he's on Collision. But yeah, Don Callis comes out and he's giving it the big one. And then he starts going on about his painting. So I've just done this in a short, actually. It'll be on the channel, hopefully, now for you to watch. But he came out and basically was on about I'm the best painter in the world, and I'm not totally sure what he said, but it was a bit weird. But he's actually done that before. I think he did it with Jericho a while ago, actually, when Jericho was still in AEW. Well, I'm assuming Jericho is still in AEW. I mean, he's another one that's gone, actually. and like you were saying, I've been painting my masterpiece the last 6 days, and these two fellas come out. They bring this giant box out, and I did think immediately, right? Well, there's a wrestler in that, because why would you put a painting in a box? That's really, really weird, especially a human-sized box. And then this is the bit that I wanted to talk about, actually. Obviously, they did the reveal, and it turns out to be Orange Cassidy. Now, I was really pleased that Cass came back, because I'm a big fan of his. I think he's really, really good. I love his gimmick, just the fact he's just a lazy wrestler. Yeah, no, he's pretty cool. But I don't know if anyone else noticed this, and again, I don't know if it was to do with my complete lack of sleep and passing out from said lack of sleep at that point, but it looked to me like the box was opened, and then you could see Cass, and then the light got turned down, but then the light came back. So he basically he had full light, and you could see all of him, and then it went back to darkness for like, I don't know, a millisecond, and then it went back to Cass. So I don't know if there was a bit of a mess up with that. I don't know if it was meant to happen. I mean, if it was meant to happen, wow. Yeah, I'm not even going to comment on that, folks. I'm sure most of you just saw that on the screen. Yeah, 40 years I've been putting up with that sort of thing. Not interested. Do want sunshine. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if there was. I don't know if it was meant to look like that, or whether it went wrong. If it went wrong, look, mistakes happen. That's fine. It wasn't like Shockmaster level, as in like when the Shockmaster comes piling through a wall in WCW. Yeah, look up, kids, if you don't know about that. Just type in Shockmaster falls through wall. If you've never seen it, even if you don't like wrestling, if you're watching this for some reason and you've never seen it, please just type in Shockmaster, and you will never stop laughing, basically. If it was meant to happen, um, yeah, I did basically, I didn't like the way the reveal was done. If he'd just come out of the box and it just tipped forward, and then you saw Orange just walk out, fine. But I don't know, it just looks a bit tacky, to be honest with me. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. But it was good to see Orange back, and he did the orange punch at the end, and of the conglomeration, and the Don Callis family, because they had a little impromptu match. I don't even know who got the pin, to be honest. I was that uninterested in it. But yeah, Orange is back now. Presumably he'll be running with the conglomeration for a while, and then maybe they can get him back to the heavyweight title scene. I don't know. I mean, obviously with Page now as a face, obviously he's going to have to start running through a lot of heels, basically, because there's a lot more. There's a lot more over guys who are faces, basically, at the minute. I mean, that was another thing as well. Just before that, I did completely forgot to mention that. Actually, apologies. Hangman Adam Page had a world title match against Lee Moriarty. I mean, what are we doing here? Well, why is he facing? No offense to Lee Moriarty, but why is Hangman facing jobbers on random AEW nights? I mean, obviously Lee Moriarty is a very good wrestler, but I mean, I've been watching Dynamite for the last few months consistently, and I can barely remember a time when Lee Moriarty was on the actual program. And I'm like, well, I mean, surely there were other people that Hangman could have matches with. Like, I don't know, could he Samoa Joe, just off the top of my head, Ricochet. Um, I mean, obviously, I know they've got to build up to like pay-per-view matches and stuff, but like giving away world title matches on random Dynamites, and then I know he's meant to be doing an open challenge and this, that, and the other, but I don't know. I was just like, Lee Moriarty with no build up. That just seems really, really odd to me. But I don't know. I'm getting a bit worried about Hangman's actual title run. at the minute, to be honest. Look, I mean, he's only just started being the champion, so I'll give it a chance, but he desperately needs some big feuds to have. I mean, the six lads that are out at the minute, I mean, like I said, Osprey, Strickland, Omega, Cope, MJF, and obviously now Cassidy's back, but he can't really face Cassidy because his face. I mean, there's six lads there who has been taken away. I mean, I would like Hangman to face Okada. I think that's the natural one for me. I mean, he's going to start running through the Don Callis family, I don't know, but out of all the top quality heels, I mean, Okada's the obvious one, so I would just like him to run a program with Okada. Doesn't matter if Okada's got a title as well, because you can spin it off to something else, and then maybe they hold it over, and maybe for argument's sake, Will Ospreay comes back as a heel. I mean, obviously Ospreay can do heel, obviously, but he's a much better face. So I hope they don't do that. But I'd be okay with it. I mean, maybe they'll run it back with Strickland again, because obviously Swerve did help Hangman. Yeah, basically what I'm getting at is I just think Hangman needs a lot better challenges that he's getting at the minute. I mean, I didn't feel the Kyle Fletcher match at all. And I apologise. I know a lot of you that subscribe to me do like Kyle Fletcher. I like Kyle Fletcher as well, and I think he'll be one of the best wrestlers in the world in about 5 years. I just don't think he's there at the minute, and I wasn't excited about that match. And it was okay. It wasn't like terrible or anything, but I was just like, it was okay kind of thing. So, yeah, that was a bit weird. There was one funny bit where Okada and Cassidy were about to fight, and Cassidy just hugs Okada, and Okada was like, "What are you doing?" And obviously they've wrestled before. They've teamed before in New Japan, I think it was. I can't remember what the group name was now. But yeah, it was. That was quite funny. The next thing was, if I keep looking down, folks. By the way, I say this all the time in my live shows. I am a very stupid man and cannot remember all this stuff in my head. How on earth people have got like the photographic memory of remembering every single thing, I don't know, but yeah. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll make it look a little bit more believable. If I put it there, I can make it look as if I'm just remembering from the top of my head. Maybe that's how people do it, actually. I don't know. Probably won't make any difference. Anyway. There was a promo for Jurassic Express coming back. I do actually like the vignettes they've been doing. I love the sort of Frankenstein thing that they do with Luchasaurus, when it basically they make it look as if he's trying to reanimate I forgot his name temporarily. What is his name? Jungle Boy. Yeah, it looks like Jungle Boy is trying to reanimate Luchasaurus, and there was a bit in the promo where Luchasaurus is actually in a coffin, and I was like, well, considering what happened to the real life Luchasaurus, I'm not sure about a coffin, but obviously I'm sure he's okay with it. He hooks Luchasaurus into a coffin and hooks him onto his car, like how Jungle Boy was driving people off when he was a heel, and he's reanimated him, and it looks like they're going to do Jurassic Express if I can say the sentence again, but it looks like they're going to have them as like sort of anti-heroes, because obviously you can't turn Jungle Boy back to how he was after the CM Punk thing now, because it's far too late now. Obviously Luchasaurus has been a heel, so maybe they're just going to have them as edgy baby faces. I don't know, but that does look quite cool actually. I think it's probably good as well, because I think the AEW men's tag team division needs a bit of reconfiguring. Obviously they've got some fantastic teams, but they aren't of the level they're not of the level that they were. I mean, the Bucks don't seem to be wrestling that much these days. I mean, I don't think the Bucks are even on, actually, to be honest, unless I missed something, but I could have missed something, but I didn't see the Bucks, and obviously I lost the Lucha Brothers and so on and so forth, so yeah, maybe that could be good. Tony Khan with Renee Paquette revealed the new belts for, I think, the women's and the men's tags, and maybe the women's tags. Yeah, great. Yeah, and then we had Powerhouse Hobbs against Claudio. again, it was okay. It's kind of this is kind of what I meant at the start when I started talking. Like some of the match selections were not necessarily the most exciting ones. Now, I know obviously they've got to keep it fresh and have new matches with people every single week, blah 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 blah. But like I said, to be honest, I just wasn't that interested, quite frankly. Um, Pat came out again though. I do love the way he's just dressed all in black, like he's just literally just wandered out of Primark. It's very very funny. Um, and he caused the distraction, and then Claudio went over Powerhouse. I mean, he's another one actually. Powerhouse Hobbs. That group that they've got with Joe, the Ops, Joe Shibata, and Powerhouse. I think that's another one they could probably do with scrapping. I mean, I get why they wanted them with Joe, so that they could have a like, well, basically train under Samoa Joe and learn from him, this, that, and the other. But yeah, again, it's just not one that's working for me. I don't know how much longer Samoa Joe is going to wrestle, but if Samoa Joe is, because he was on Chris Van Vliet recently, and he was, I don't think he said retiring, but I think he was kind of the same as AJ Styles, where he was just like, I am still going to wrestle, but it's not going to be for too much longer. And if we are saying goodbye to Joe at some point in the next year, couple of years, I want to see him as Killer Samoa Joe going after titles. I don't really want to see him in random groups, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I think Joe would be a brilliant opponent for Hangman. Absolutely brilliant. I'd love them two to run a program together, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And then we came to the end, so you had Chris Statlander versus Mina Shikawara, and I will get her name right one day. And it was for the Women's World Championship. Now, I don't think Toni Storm was on the broadcast as far as I'm aware. Again, if she's taking time off, she's another one. If you've lost Toni Storm, that was another thing as well. I don't even think Mercedes Moné was on last night, and I might need to watch it again because, like I said, I think I may have missed a couple of segments, so apologies if I have. But if you add that to the five blokes that were out, I mean, if you've lost Mercedes and Toni Storm, I mean, basically that's not far off the heart of the program for AEW. So they need to get some of them back fairly shortly. Otherwise, ratings are just not going to be great. Obviously, I know the ratings are predicated in different ways these days. People watch on YouTube, or they'll just watch on delay on HBO Max and on Fight or whatever. But yeah, they could do with getting some of them guys back. Actually, fair play to Chris Statlander and Mina. That was probably my match of the night for me personally. I thought it was really good. I was very impressed with both ladies. Yeah, it was a good, solid, old-fashioned, decent move-for-move wrestling match. Yeah, really enjoyed that one, to be fair. Like I said, the rest of them I wasn't so hot on. Also, because I'm going all over the place here, shout out to Brian Danielson again. Him and Taz are working so well together on comms. I thought they were really good. So yeah, I think that's been a great move by AEW. But yeah, Mina and Statlander were very good. Statlander goes over. I'm still a bit worried. I'm not as worried as I was the other day, but I am still a bit worried in respect of Statlander just being given the belt with no build of any kind whatsoever. And obviously Toni Storm is hugely popular, so I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know if they're going to have Storm maybe come back as a heel or something like that. Because obviously she needs a rematch against Statlander. Maybe Toni Storm goes on to do something else. Maybe she wins the women's tag matches, or she goes after Mercedes again. I don't know what they're going to do with Toni now she's not a champion, but I mean, there's plenty of stuff they could do, because obviously she's one of the best wrestlers in the world, but I mean, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And at the end of Dynamite, Statlander's celebrating with Harley Cameron, and all of a sudden, Wheeler Yuta was actually cheering her on, because there's been like this weird thing with Yuta and Stat for a while, where he comes out and watches his matches like an absolute creep, which I get is like his gimmick and stuff. But then Death Rider's music hits, Mott's comes out, and was basically like, "Are you joining us?" And then Statlander and Cameron both flipped them off basically and ran off up the stage. Um, Shafir tried to chase after her, so I don't know whether that's going to be the next match. Maybe it's going to be Marina Shafir against Chris Statlander. Now, if that's the match, and Shafir puts Statlander over, that I would be very interesting, because I'd rate me Shafir. I think she's really, really good in the role that she does. Like I said, those of you who've heard me speak before will know that I'm not a huge fan of the Death Riders or the gimmick or anything, quite frankly, but Marina Shafir is very, very good in what she does. So I'd be very interested in a Shafir versus Statlander match. But yeah, they run at the entrance ramp, and I can't say, for fairly obvious reasons, what Statlander did at the top of the ramp, but she basically, how to put this, waved in an offensive manner towards the Death Riders from the top of the ramp and laughed at them using a V shape with her fingers. Make of that what you will. And then just to end, Darby Allin then basically came out. Sonny does MTB. Sonny does Money in the Bank. Says hi. Give me a shout out, please. Hi, Sonny does MTB. How you doing? Nax. Hi. Hi, Nax. How you doing, pal? Yeah, and Darby Allin came out at the end with like this random flamethrower. It was kind of, to be honest, it was kind of the same thing. I'm creasing my brow here talking about this, but it was kind of my complaint with most of the show, to be honest, because it's like, oh, Darby Allin's got a flamethrower, and it's like, yeah, obviously you wouldn't want to get hit with a flamethrower. Obviously, it goes without saying. I mean, it's not how I would wish to start my Thursday morning either, to be fair. But like, there's what, 6 Death Riders? Couldn't one of them have just ran round the other side of the ring and tripped Darby or something? I mean, I know one would risk getting burnt to death or whatever, but it was just, I don't know, it just looked really, really, I mean, I like Darby Allin, I like the flamethrower gimmick, but I just thought he should have stayed at the top of the ramp, but I don't know, that's just me. Let me have a look. Sonny does MTB. Oh, thank you very much, Sonny. That's very nice of you. Cheers, cheers. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you very much. We have Lexi. Hello, can I get a shout out? Good morning, Lexi. How you doing? Yeah, hi to you as well. Nax, yo, lad. It doesn't sound cool when I say that at all. And just to end, there was this random promo. I don't know if any of you guys saw it. I don't know if it's just because I really want to go live. As in your own channel? I don't know. Sorry, Lexi. It's probably a very stupid question I've just asked. Basically, just for clarity's purposes, I have had about an hour's sleep. So if I say and ask dumb things, that's the reason. So sorry if I'm not interpreting that correctly. It's cool, nice one. Nats, can I get a shout out? Shout out to Nats. There you go, lad. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so the last thing, folks, I don't know if like I said, I don't know if this was the British feed that we got in England, but there was like this random bit at the end of Dynamite, and I think it might have been a bonus thing after Dynamite, where Moxley's he's in this random room and he's pacing back and forth, and obviously he's really, really angry with what's just happened. And then he's just challenged Darby Allin at Wrestle Dream, which is the 18th of October, I believe, on the Saturday. I think it's on Saturday the 18th of October. And he's challenged Darby Allin to, hi Sonny again. He's challenged Darby Allin to an I Quit match. And I'm just like, well, that match is going to go on for about 3 years, because Mox ain't going to quit, and neither's Darby. I mean, obviously, I know Mox tapped out against Hangman a while ago, but I can't see him doing the same against Darby. Also, as well, if Mox taps out in, 2 successive PLEs, it just makes him look stupid. So I don't know how they're going to get through that. But obviously it then kills Darby's gimmick to an extent if he taps out. So I'll be very interested to see what they do with that. I mean, unless the only thing that I thought of is unless Mox beats Darby Allin to a pulp and then he tries to get back up and he just can't get back up, maybe that's how they do it. But that's more of like a last man standing match or a last woman standing match. I don't know what they're going to do with that, to be honest, but I think the only way is like either Darby Allin gets attacked by the rest of the Death Riders and then someone helps him, but then he can't stand up basically. So yeah, that's the only way I can think of doing it really. But hi Plushy, you're alright, how you doing? Yeah, that was basically Dynamite, folks. I mean, just my ending thoughts for the actual show. I just think, hi Lexi, I just think that yeah, it was okay. I just didn't think it was the best Dynamite I've ever seen. I'm not gonna like crap all over it, basically. Excuse my language, but I just didn't think it was particularly wonderful, to be honest. And that's fine. You're not always going to get a good Raw. You're not always going to get a good Dynamite. You're not always going to get a good TNA Impact. They can't all be like fire shows at the end of the day. Oh, cheers, Sonny. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, there's more to come anyway, so I'll be talking to you guys about that in a couple of minutes. Yeah, if I was to give Dynamite a grade, I'd say I'd just give it a solid C plus, I suppose. I just didn't think there was. The thing with Hangman really threw me off. I just didn't understand why he was fighting Lee Moriarty. Like I said, it was that you've got so many top draw wrestlers, and I'm not saying Lee Moriarty is a bad wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just so random, to be honest. And then the like I said, the Orange Cassidy reveal. Like I said, if it was intended to look like that, I just thought it just looked like they'd messed it up, and it looks like Bargain Basement Shockmaster. To be honest, maybe it was meant to look like that. I don't know, but and then it was like Powerhouse Hobbs against Claudio. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love Claudio Castagnoli, but I want to see Claudio Castagnoli against people like Samoa Joe or Hangman Adam Page. I mean, there's a feud, but I know they can't do that because obviously he's in the Death Riders. You can't have Claudio getting title matches when he's under Mox. But yeah, I don't know. But there were some good things. I did like the Statlander thing. That was quite funny, actually. And her match was very good. But yeah, other than that, no, it wasn't a great show for me, but it is what it is. Let's have a look. Let me try and spell this out. Apsori's house. Apsori's house? My name is Tala. Oh, Tala, you're alright. Yeah, so that's basically it for Dynamite, folks, to be honest. Just in terms of stuff then that's coming up on the channel, because I thought I was going to be on for a bit longer than this, but like I said, Dynamite was not very good, to be quite honest. So, yeah, I'll just tell you about stuff that's coming up, if you'll indulge me. So, obviously, a lot of you guys have subscribed and you know that I do live streams. So, next time I'll be on, excuse me, when is the next time I'll be on? That's a very good question. Yes, right. So the next time I'll be on for wrestling will be for the late night SmackDown show that I do on Saturdays, not on Fridays, because as most of you are aware, I cannot do a late night show for SmackDown because I have a very lovable 11-year-old child who unfortunately wakes his father up at 6:30 every Saturday morning, and if I did a late night reaction show to SmackDown, it would basically mean UK time I would get about an hour's sleep, so I have to do it on Saturday when all the family have basically gone to bed and left me in peace, basically. Shout out to the family. So yeah, I'll be doing that at 11 o'clock on 11 o'clock on Saturday night. Let me just have a look. David Podan. Hi. Hi, David. How you doing? Oh, cheers, Sonny, again. You're a good one. Thank you, mate. Yeah. One of the I think the next time I'm on live, I'm not on tomorrow. I don't think. Tomorrow is Toy Shots Friday. If you don't know what Toy Shots Friday is, I basically love collecting toys and collectibles because I'm a big child, basically. But yeah, I usually put on like 5 or 6 toy shorts, so like brand new toys that have come out in places like, I don't know, Forbidden Planet or whatever. I think there's 5 or 6 this Friday. I may also have a video as well. I'm not sure, to be honest. So I'm a bit discombobulated with this morning. Totally not prepared, but that's just me. Uh, and Saturday, I'll be doing, for those of you who are followers of those guys, I'll be doing a live reaction to Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. If you are not a football fan, obviously this will mean nothing to you. But if you are, basically, I'll be back on after the Crystal Palace game, probably about 6 o'clock. Again, because of the vaunted family. Yeah, I'll be on about 6:30, give or take. So I'm doing live reaction to hopefully Liverpool's nice, comfortable 4-0 win. But with this being Crystal Palace away from home, I would suspect that is highly unlikely. It's going to be a stressful, horrendous ordeal of 90 minutes, I would have thought. But there we go. So, yeah, so that's what's coming up. In terms of pro wrestling, those of you that don't know, I usually do a live reaction to Monday Night Raw, which is 3:30. Well, I say 3:30. It's usually about 3:30 when I go live, UK time in the morning. Except the last few times, I don't know why, but they've actually moved Monday Night Raw. I mean, I nearly missed it the other day. The only reason I remembered that it was on earlier is because I got a notification for Denise Salcedo's program that she does, her watch alongs. And I was like, why has Denise put a watch along alert out for? And I went, oh, crap, basically. So I only realised at the last minute. So I had to very quickly put Netflix on and start watching it the other day. So if it's early again, it'll be about 2:30 on Monday. If it is the usual time, yeah, it'll be about 3:30. After that, I'll be back on for live reaction for Galatasaray versus Liverpool, which will be next Wednesday, because I can't do it on the Tuesday again because of family. Yay! You see, these family people are actually causing quite a bit of disturbance to the force, basically. But and then obviously this time I'll be back this time next week for AEW Dynamite. That should be 9 o'clock, I think. Hopefully. I don't think I've got any more random family members causing chaos that day. They should all be at school and work by that point, fingers crossed. Yeah, so that's what I've got coming up, folks, basically. If you'll indulge me just quickly as well before I go, that thing there, it's a trailer that's coming out on, when's the trailer coming out? Sunday night, and it's for something called Geekoween, which I've told this story before. My son has told me, Dad, please do not call it Geekoween. It's so cringe and embarrassing. So I said, all right, son, I won't do. But I ignored him and did it anyway. And then I showed him the little promo video last night, and he was just like, Dad. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, so Geekoween basically. Oh, Kevin Tuck. Hi, Kevin again. How you doing? You're all right. We spoke the other day, didn't we, mate? I think was it. Yeah, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember now. Yeah, nice to have you on. Yeah, Geekoween basically is my very random Halloween themed event idea that I'm trialing this year. So basically, I'm just doing stuff for Halloween and calling it Geekoween essentially. But like, I've done like a full, I wouldn't say cinematic trailer by any stretch. I'm not Martin Scorsese, but I've tried to knock together a trailer of basically what I'm doing during Halloween. But just to let you guys know, on the, let me see if I can get this right, on the 5th of October, I'm going to Sheffield Comic Con, which is at the Magnus Science Centre, I think. They call it Sheffield Comic Con, but it's actually in Rotherham, which is really weird, actually. So I'm going to that, so I'll be doing a live stream inside the Comic Con. The Magnus Science Centre is pretty cool, actually. So if I can get the live feed to work, if I can get my Wi-Fi to work, hopefully it will do, but I'll do a live stream. If not, it will be a vlog, and there'll be some shorts as well. On that day as well, completely unrelated, I'm going to try and go to Sheffield United, Bramall Lane. Reason being is because I do lots of stuff on football grounds as well. I'm a massive geek for old school football grounds. And I don't think the Magnus Science Centre is a million miles away from Bramall Lane. I think it's about like maybe 10 miles. So I'm going to try and go there. I'm also going to try and go to Meadowhall and pick up some toys and stuff. So hopefully there'll be some toy videos and stuff coming up. Also, sorry, I'm going all over the place with this, but I also do toy hunt videos. That's one of my playlists. Basically, my playlists are Geek Boy does wrestling, Geek Boy does pride, Geek Boy does horror, which is that thing I'm telling you about now. Geek Boy does Comic Cons, Geek Boy does Liverpool FC, Champions of England, Geek Boy does football, stadiums, and I think there's one more that I can't remember. And I do 3 podcasts as well. So this is one of the podcasts that I do. Like I said, this will be on YouTube Sounds. I also do a film one whenever there's a film that I actually want to see that looks really cool. Next one I'll be doing for that actually will be the Smashing Machine. Speaking of wrestling, with Mr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'm going to go and see that on... When is it now? I want to say, if anyone's watching, is it October the 3rd? Just put something in the comments if anyone knows. I think it's October the 3rd, so I think Smashing Machines next week. So I'm going to try and see that, and then I'll do a review of it. That's under, what is my podcast called? Geek Boy, a movie story. There's also Geek Boy, a Liverpool story, which is also a Liverpool podcast. And there's Geek Boy, a wrestling story, which is my wrestling podcast. So there's about 9 different things that I do, basically. I'm kind of one of these that's all over. I know you're supposed to stick to one subject, but I like so much like geeky popular culture. I love pro wrestling, obviously. I wouldn't be without pro wrestling in my life, but there's so much stuff that I like, basically. So yeah, I'd probably be better off doing just a Liverpool one, but you know what? I just like talking about loads of cool stuff, so whatever. But yeah, if any of you want to obviously like and subscribe, again, thanks to Sonny for liking and subscribing. If any of you want to like and subscribe, it's at GeekBoy7381, I believe is my YouTube handle. If you don't, you just want to watch and just join in and have a chat, that's also cool. Don't feel under any pressure at the end of the day. It's all meant to be fun, isn't it? So, yeah, why was I telling you about that for? Oh, yes. So yeah, Geekoween. So basically, going to Sheffield. So on the same day, I'll be going to Sheffield United and Meadowhall. The next thing I'll be doing for Geekoween is I'll be going to something called Leeds Gothica. Now, if you're from Leeds, that's at Kirkgate Market. So I'll be doing a live stream from there, and basically it's like this really cool, like gothy alternative market, because I have got like a bit of a dark new metally gothy side to me as well. I know I don't look like it, but yeah, there's like loads of really cool stalls. There's like gothy clothes. There's like black demon-y clothes. There's people dressed as Terrifier. There was a lad dressed as Leatherface last time. It's just really, really cool, especially if you like horror movies, like me. There's loads for horror themed stuff. There was a guy with on a stall with a Terrifier jacket, which was absolutely freaking awesome. So yeah, I'll be doing that as well. That's on the 18th of October. Day after, I'm going to Barnsley Comic Con. So if you're not from the UK, Barnsley is a town in like South Yorkshire. It's just round the corner from Rotherham and Sheffield, that sort of area. Obviously, if you are from England, you know roughly where Barnsley is. But there's a Barnsley Comic Con that's going to be at the Metrodome, so again I'm going to live stream that. If I can't get the live stream to work, then again I will do a vlog. Also, about 2 hours before that, I'm going to go next door to Oakwell, which is where Barnsley Football Club play, and I'm going to do a live stream around the ground as well, providing I don't get shouted at by security guards and stuff. So, not in the ground, obviously, but in and around. And yeah, so that'll be another football ground as well. The next week I will be doing something called Fright Night, which is actually Leeds Light Night. See what I did there? Again, I'll be live streaming that. Basically, if you're not from Leeds, Light Night is it's basically this thing where people shine a load of images on buildings, essentially. It's a lot more cool than the way I've just sounded, but it's like light projected all over big buildings in Leeds. So yeah, I'm going to live stream that and just take you around the city centre basically for like an hour or two. The day after that, I'm going to Leeds Horror Fest, Leeds Horror Fest, Hull Horror Fest even, which is in Hull, which is in East Yorkshire, I believe. Is it in East Yorkshire? Yeah, I think it is. That was really cool last year. That's also available to watch on Geek Boy Does Horror on my playlist. If you're into horror, you can have a look at that. And I've got loads of horror comic cons and stuff, but this one they've got like zombie death pits and like there's a lady who's actually going to be there from 28 years later. I've also got a review of that on the channel, by the way. But there's I don't know if any of you have seen 28 Years Later, but the lady who gave birth on the train when she was the zombie, yeah, that's she's going to be there as well, so that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, again, it's like a sort of well, obviously it's like goth horror and this, that, and the other. So yeah, I really, really love my horror movies, so I'm looking forward to that. After that, I'm going to go and see the new Chainsaw Man movie. If any of you guys are into your anime and stuff, I mean, I like my anime, but I don't watch it as much as everything else. But I'm definitely going to go and see Chainsaw Man because I love that series. It's really, really cool. I think that's on the 28th of October. And then to finish it all off, I'm going to do a live watch along. I'm going to try and see if I can do a watch along for a horror film on Halloween. I'm not totally sure how that's going to work just yet, but I've actually put a poll if you guys are interested on my channel. I've given 4 selections of horror movies for me to do a watch along, and I think so far Evil Dead Rise is winning. And as a massive Evil Dead fan as well, I would be more than happy to do a watch along with you guys with that as well. And then just to end the whole Geekoween thing, I'm going to do a live reaction for Predator Badlands. Again, surprise, surprise, I'm a massive, massive Predator fan. So, yeah, I'm going to do sort of like a straight out of the cinema reaction. I'm going to go and watch it at the Cineworld, which is just up the road where I live, in LS11 in Beeston. And yeah, I'm just going to do like a live review basically, and I'll put it on my Geek Boy a movie story basically, so that'll come out as a podcast hopefully, providing the film is good, which I'm sure it will be. But yeah, that's everything I'm doing, folks, basically. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys, to be honest. Like I said, I thought I would have been on for longer, but like I said, the like AEW was not great, so but yeah, just thanks everyone for chatting with me as per usual. It's always good to talk to you guys. Thanks for all the support over the summer. Like I said, just thanks for helping the channel grow. It's been really, really, really cool. And yeah, we're getting close to 1.2 now, I think. Yeah, I think we're a few shy of that now. So the channel's growing and growing and growing, which is really, really cool. Hopefully one day this can be a regular thing, but that depends on you guys. But yeah, I'm only joking, but yeah, thanks for all your support. It's been really, really cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me, guys. So I will see you next. I'm just trying to think, am I on tomorrow? No, I don't think I am actually. No, I'm not. No. So the next time I'll be on twice on Saturday. I'll be on for Liverpool versus Crystal Palace live reaction at 6 o'clock. and then I'll be doing the live WWE late SmackDown review show on Saturday night, hopefully about 11. It might end up being about 20 past 11 due to family members wandering around the grounds as usual. Shout out to the family yet again. But yeah, it'll be about 11 o'clock at night, so cool, nice one. Thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy your weeks. Keep watching wrestling, and I'll see you on Saturday. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.